breakfast is the best meal of the day. You get to eat cake and nobody is allowed to judge you. You get to drink copious amount of caffeine, and if you go kind of overboard, then it's only the start of the day, so you can just keep eating salad for the rest of the day. Fixed. Today we are taking you to 6 great places here in Edinburgh to get the energy you need to explore our beautiful city. The first one is just here behind me. We are at St Andrew's Square, and you can grab many great breakfasts in this area, but our favorite is at DISHOOM. DISHOOM specializes in kind of like a colonial Indian cuisine, so there's quite a lot of Britishness coming in, but with an Indian twist. One of the best things about having breakfast at DISHOOM is that if you get chai, it actually is bottomless. So you can drink one beautiful glass of sweet chai, or you can have 8 of them. You will probably poop yourself, but it's I did not tell you to do that. Do not drink 8 of them. Maybe 2. 2 is ideal. There's a lot of really nice options if you're on a low budget. For example, you can get the bun masca, which is kind of like a nice brioche bun with butter, which comes automatically with the chai, and the chai will get the refill, so you can go on forever. Or you can get the porridge, the house porridge with banana and dates, and that also is a bottomless portion, so you can just keep eating porridge forever. I love porridge, so it sounds pretty good to me. Maybe you don't quite have the time or the budget for a place like DISHOOM, in which case we have another tip for you, and it's called SNAX, and it's only about 2 blocks away from here. It's quite an Edinburgh institution when it comes to cheapo breakfast. You basically get to buy like a bun with 1 or 2 or 3 fillings. I think that like 1 filling is 180, 2 fillings 250, and 3 perhaps like 3 or something. You're gonna see that in the B-roll. You basically get to pick from like egg fried or scrambled or sausage or veggie sausage, which was actually surprisingly delicious. If you're on like a super low budget, you can even get just a slice of toast with butter and maybe some jam for like 40p. So that's the option for the extreme budgeters. There's one in the center, and I believe there's one close to the meadows as well. So if you're staying in that area, look it up. We have decided to include this place, the City Cafe, because I realized that a lot of people are not really morning people. A lot of people don't like to have a big breakfast first thing in the morning, and a lot of people just like to sleep in when they're traveling, and that's fine. But if you still want to try some of the good old fry-up goodness, this is a great place to do it, because they actually serve breakfast items all the way until 10 p.m, I believe. You can get the full Scottish breakfast plate for £9.50, and I felt like that was big enough to feed 2 people who are not super hungry, or 1 person who is mega hungry. Or you can kind of do what we did, which was share one of those big plates and then have a side of pancakes. They do make really nice vanilla pancakes. You can get them with fruit, and they have like a stack of 3 or 5. I think that's the difference between 3 and 5 is like £1. So live your dreams, go crazy with the pancakes. There's also other breakfast items. Most of them are more kind of American themed, so like waffles, things like that, eggs Benedict. All of these are available all the way until the night, so that's great. The rest of the menu is kind of more American, because after all, this is still like American diner style place. But if you've been watching a lot of Riverdale lately, like I was, you're probably gonna really enjoy that. So now we made it to the shore, which is arguably the nicest part of Leith, and we are going to take you to not one, not two, but 3 amazing breakfast places down here. If you're staying in Edinburgh for more than, let's say, 2 days, it's definitely worth coming down to Leith because there's just so much good food happening around here, especially seafood, but don't worry, we're not getting any fish for breakfast. First off, if you're feeling super extra, you should go to Mimi's Bakehouse. This is the first one, the original one, and on Saturdays and Sundays they do what they call the before noon tea. And if you're aware of the British tradition of afternoon tea, you probably can imagine what that's about. It's basically a nice pot of tea and then this like 3-tiered magical porcelain thing filled with delicious breakfast stuff. So you get award-winning cheese scones with this nice like sour creamy chivy goodness, like a spreadable sort of cheesy butter thing. It's amazing. Then you have some sweet goodies, so you have like a tiny waffle with dulce de leche, you have a mini cupcake, you have a tiny cinnamon swirl, and then you have also a little glass filled with a bit of yogurt and a bit of granola and some fruit as well. And on the bottom you have bacon sarnies, so bacon sandwiches. Sorry, that was an unexpected Britishism just coming out of my mouth. I don't usually talk like this. All of this, including the pot of tea, is £15, which, considering that everything you're getting is really, really delicious. There's like no part of the before noon tea that I thought like, this tastes kind of cheap. All of it tastes really amazing. So like for the £15 with the tea, it actually is worth it. You can upgrade to alcoholic one for I think extra £5 or so. So you can get a Prosecco or a mimosa, take the extraness to a whole other level. If you want to experience the before noon tea, I recommend you call them up or go to their website and make a reservation. Don't forget, it's just Saturday and Sunday, and also it's just the shore one, and I think that the Corstorphine one as well, which is by the zoo, but the likelihood of you staying around there is not very high. Just keep in mind that they don't actually do the before noon tea in the central branches of Mimi's. If you're a bit more nutrition conscious and you don't want to have 3 tiers of cake, maybe you could stop by Cake Kitchen. They are originally from Glasgow, where they've been quite popular for a couple of years, and now they recently opened a new branch here on the shore. Basically, their main selling point is that on the menu you get all like the nutritional information, so like you get all the macros if you're doing, if it fits your macros sort of diet. They also do calorie information, so you can get something like not quite as healthy, but at least you know what the damage was, so later on maybe you can get 3 tiers of cake. That's how I think about it. I had the protein pancakes. I had the ones with homemade peanut butter sauce and like roasted banana, which was super tasty. It wasn't overly sweet or anything. It was quite satisfying. I mean, it's still eating cake for breakfast, but it's protein cake. It's fine. Simon had the poached eggs, eggs Benedict. I think he had them with some sort of mystery pink sauce, but he said it was tasty. If you're not much of a person for like large breakfasts, you can also get one of their milkshakes or like protein shakes. They have many flavors and they all sound amazing as well. If you've just ran up Arthur's Seat and then down to Leith, maybe you need to protein load a bit, so Cake is the place to go. So the very last place where we're taking you to have breakfast with us this time is Roseleaf, and that's actually Simon's favorite place to have a nice fry up. They call it the Big Yin, and it comes on a skillet, so it just like never gets a chance to get cold. But you better eat it super fast, otherwise, you know, your egg will cook beyond the nice gooiness. I tried the toast with fried up mushrooms and 2 poached eggs on top. It tasted very healthy, and if you love mushrooms as much as I do, you will super appreciate it. They have such a good selection of things. Like every time I go there, I want to try everything. They have a super tasty French toast, and they even started doing this thing that's like spicy peanut butter with, did it also have eggs or something on it? No, I think it was like spicy peanut butter and veggies, so that's definitely vegetarian friendly and maybe even vegan friendly. There's a lot of vegetarian options in Roseleaf. If you want to add a bit of party to your breakfast, you can order one of their pottails, which is a cocktail that comes in a teapot, and you can kind of pretend that you're just there like all fancy sipping your tea when in fact you're just, you know, ingesting alcohol. Yes, weekend. My peeps, were 6 amazing places here in Edinburgh to pick up breakfast to keep you fueled all throughout your Edinburgh exploration day. We try to pick places to fit any taste or budget, but there's obviously so many more amazing restaurants and cafes and bistros in this city to visit and taste. Let me know in the comments below if there's any places that you think we missed out on and we should have mentioned, because we already kind of have like a backup list of places that we love and we didn't have time and money to visit for this video. So I think that we're gonna be making a second one of these, but yeah, I would love to hear more from you so we can kind of like make a comprehensive list using your knowledge and your tips and combining it with our knowledge, and like then there's like superior breakfast knowledge and everyone's happy. As always, thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end. You did it. Yes, achievement unlocked. I will see you soon. Love you. Bye.